Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and we are here at the Michigan International Speedway. We are going to qualify for one of the crown jewel events of the season, the NOFSRL 500. And it's a pretty big deal if you win this one, because it's pretty much one of the biggest races that we got going in the chase. This and the Southern 500, the only two 500-mile races that we have in the chase. And obviously the NOFSRL 500 has been a staple race even before we were NOFSRL, back when it was the NRLOA 500. But it's a big deal to win this event, and we're here for uncharted qualifying, and we got the president of the NOFSRL who's going to be calling the race with us tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. It's a big deal, and it's even a bigger deal now that we have a new version of the Michigan International Speedway. We've used the original version of this racetrack so many times before, but now we're going to be going to the 2017 version, and the racing is just insane. If you guys saw the Turkey Hill Series race yesterday, you know what I'm talking about. What are we looking forward to tomorrow on the 50-lap event here in Michigan for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series?
Expect fireworks. This is the same physics that were used in Matt Tuck's Body Armor Cup Series, which you'll see later on this weekend. And that was inspired all of us to go use Michigan 2017 for this race. This is a phenomenal racetrack, insane racing. I don't know how they don't constantly wreck here, but you're going to see something good tomorrow.
And we saw something pretty interesting yesterday in the Turkey Hill Series, and Chloe Reiner here almost got the race victory, and she probably would have gotten the race victory had it not been for the caution coming out. And then her cousin Jonathan Logan played the strategy, and the caution came out and got the race victory in the Nutrien 250. No, that was not rigged. His first win of the season yesterday in the Turkey Hill Series. However, the Turkey Hill Series hot seat awarded based off of Pikes Peak last weekend. So that's why Chloe Reiner here is in the 07. I mean, Jonathan Logan's an owner anyway, so Reiner would have been in either way. Number 57, that is Ryan Benjamin. 21 machine is Ashlin Boyd. 98 is Landon Smith Jr. The 08 is Lathan Strickland, who was runner-up at Pikes Peak in the Turkey Hill Series last week. Daniel Voyles in the 55 machine, who's actually won this. No, I'm wrong. His development driver, Andy Thomas, won this race back in 2016 in Season 4. So he's technically had a driver in victory lane for this race before, so that'll be interesting if he makes it in. And then the 67 there, John Andrews, a veteran to Napa fan, and then the 71 of Christopher Alfveby, who had a decent run going last night in the Turkey Hill Series, but unfortunately couldn't get it done in that one. But either way, times we get here are pretty fast, 36 seconds at the moment. Not really close to the record here in real life, but they really are going to be ripping it around this racetrack tomorrow, and it is going to be intense. And you're going to be using this version for the New Era Cup Series this weekend as well, which your race is actually going to be tonight, a Friday night New Era Cup Series race here in Michigan. And that'll be interesting, and I appreciate you giving way to the NOFSRL 500 being the crown jewel event of the weekend here. It's going to be a big deal, Chick-fil-A Cup Series having a big race like this. And not only that, it's going to be in the chase as well, and the championship's definitely going to come into play.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of your bigger events of the year. So, yeah, I decided why not move it 2 days back from Sunday to Friday. People can deal with a 7 o'clock start on a Friday night. Anyway, if Napa can do it in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series just fine, I can do it just fine here.
Yep. We're gonna have a fun weekend. Obviously had a fun race yesterday, and later today, I think we got qualifying going kind of early today here for the NOFSRL 500 at 4 p.m. At 5 we got IndyCar at Mid Ohio, so that'll be fun. First time we ever gone there, and just down the road there in Lexington, Ohio, we're gonna have that race in the Haas IndyCar Series. 07 Chloe Reiner. She was extremely fast here yesterday, and she wants another opportunity at a Michigan win. Her along with Daniel Voyles, and those two guys... Oh, Landon Smith Jr. just moved his way into the second position. So Voyles, we're going to have to see if he can move his way back inside the top two. And that number 98 was getting a tow off the 55. He's the only driver getting a tow of all these guys in uncharted qualifying right now. Chloe Reiner, though, I believe she set her time based on pure speed. No one around her there in the 07 for Velocity Racing. A solid run right there for the 07. Oh, Christopher Alfveby just went to the top of the board, and he doesn't have any tow, so Alfveby and Reiner right now in the top two positions here in Michigan.
Yeah, they're off and flying easily as we come down to the final seconds of non-charter qualifying.
And they give them about 30 more seconds till we close this whole thing out. 57 going to cross the line right there. He will not improve his time there, Ryan Benjamin. Alfveby with the fastest time here in uncharted qualifying, and it looks like he will make it onto the show along with Chloe Reiner for the NOFSRL 500. We'll have to see here, though. Voyles and Landon Smith Jr., will they improve their times? And they will. One of them will. Landon Smith Jr. just knocked out Chloe Reiner. It'll be Christopher Alfveby and Landon Smith Jr. in the NOFSRL 500 at Michigan. How about that one right there? Reiner will not advance her time. Strickland in the 0.8 will not advance his time. And only unless the 57 got a toe here off of Ashlin Boyd, which he did not, it will be Christopher Alfveby and Landon Smith Jr. heading on to the main event here in the NOFSRL 500 at Michigan in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series.
Great run there by those front runners to make it into the show. That got crazy in the end. Now just imagine what qualifying is going to be like here for the
We have 42 cars on the racetrack, including Christopher Alfveby and Landon Smith Jr. 40 full-time drivers going to join these two guys. See who gets the pole for the NOFSRL 500 here at Michigan. Don't go anywhere. Let's set the starting lineup for the Crown Jewel event here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And here we go, ready to set the starting lineup for the NOFSRL 500. And where you start in this race might actually have an impact on where you finish. And while we do get a lot of passing, we saw that in the Turkey Hill Series race yesterday, moving away from the back to the front isn't as easy as it is at other super speedways like Daytona, Talladega, things like that. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out, but with this being a chase race now, and this is the first time it's ever been a race in the chase, you have those 12 guys who are going for the championship, but you also have everyone else who wants a crown jewel victory here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. How wild do you think tomorrow's race is going to be with all these guys going after it?
Well, like I said earlier on for qualifying, it's probably going to be fireworks here. You're going to see a lot of drivers go in on the inside line here in the turns. You're going to see a lot of drivers play some defense on the outside. And if you get so close, 3 wide, 4 wide, maybe even 5 wide possibly tomorrow.
Yeah, we saw a couple of wrecks in yesterday's event in the Turkey Hill Series, I should say. Who knows, with it being a twice as long race here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, we could see a few more possibly. Hopefully we don't see too many of them, but we're looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. Angela Wheeler going to be the first driver out there to clock in a time. Now, Nathan Baird, the points leader once again, and you know he's doing a very similar thing to what he did last year. Not dominating quite like he did last year, but he's still putting on a really good show here. And Nathan Baird comes in with a 21-point lead on regular season champion Samet Ozkin. Sergio Larvin Alonso is 25 points behind, and Mark Davidson with a great run last week at the Rockingham Motor Speedway, 28 points behind, with Silas Orta 31 points behind. That Baird has a massive opportunity to open this championship up here in the NOFSRL 500, and he's yet to get out there on the racetrack. But what do you think are his chances of possibly going to victory lane here in this race? He's only gotten 1 win so far this season, but he's been doing very well in the chase, and if he wins, that could put him in a position to win 2 straight championships here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series.
I would probably watch out for Baird. When it comes to postseason time, he usually comes out clutch. This guy, depending on his starting position, if he's starting, we already got someone blowing up.
Andrew Miller, they revved that thing up a little much.
Interesting situation there. We'll get to that in just a moment. But yeah, with Nathan Baird in his machine, if depending on where he starts, I'm gonna guess if you're at least in the top half of the field, you've got a good shot at winning.
Absolutely. So we'll have to see what his time clocks in. Right now, Gatlin Downey has the fastest time, and the draft going to come into play here in qualifying. Shane Lake is second fastest. Then it's Iquan Haslam, Jesse Turner, and Thomas Troxel, the top 5. Turner's 48 points behind coming into this. Oh, yeah, she might have gotten turned into the wall, so it may not have been an engine going down. It may have just, he got sent to the wall. Very interesting situation right there. But either way, I was about to say, Turner's 48 points behind. He's still, well within range. Only 5 races left to go, but 48 points is not that much. All he's going to have to do, realistically, is gain 10 points in each race. And, you could easily gain, you can gain up to, if I do the math correctly, 47 points on a driver in a race. So Turner could theoretically be within 1 point of Nathan Baird at the end of the day tomorrow. That's probably not going to happen. It could happen, but, probably won't happen. But that's a very interesting, scenario you got to think about here, because this is a big race. Baird can turn this championship around, but if he has a bad day tomorrow, then the championship's still going to be wide open for so many guys. But this is Baird's opportunity to go out there and stake his claim as the points leader. Shane Lake is a guy who wants to do the same thing. He's 55 points behind, and realistically, at this point, the only guy who's really out of contention is Reagan Whitlock, who's 83 points behind. It's going to take a lot for him to have a shot. But Shane Lake with the fastest time right there. Bradley Ream, another one of those guys, also 55 points behind, in second right now. And then another chase driver, Fisher G, is third quickest. And Fisher G is 47 points behind. It's going to be really interesting to see how it all plays out there. You also have the number 83 of Sam and Oskin now in 11th. Turner is now 13th. And got a few more guys popping their way inside that top 10.
Yeah, I want to mention Shane Lake real quick. I don't think you mentioned this yet, but everyone, when Shane Lake retires, he is going to be most known for what happened in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series race at Boston. When I saw that for the first time.
You mean at Hillside?
Yeah, at Hillside, not Boston.
Oh, don't want to interrupt you there, Marty, but Nathan Baird just went to second.
Ding, ding, ding.
Now, you got to think. It's a 50-lap race tomorrow, 100 miles. It's a pretty long race, and a lot can happen between the start and the finish of tomorrow's event. However, that's a good starting position for Nathan Baird, and if he can hold on to that, hit a top 10, that's going to be huge in his championship battle here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. But if he gets wrecked out, then it opens wide up for guys like Sam Oskin, Herja Larvin Alonso, Mark Davidson. There's Oskin. We'll see where all these chase drivers are on the field right now. Shane Lake, Nathan Baird, Bradley Ream, 1, 2, 3. Fisher G is 6th quickest. Then, next guy in line in the chase is number 83, Sam Oskin, and 17th. Jesse Turner is 18th. Number 95, Mark Davidson, 21st. The number 68 of Ryan Durrani, 24th. Alexander Rowe, number 25, is 25th fastest. The number... For the next guy in line, number 92, Reagan Whitlock, is 31st. Silas Orta, 32nd. And we continue to have guys advancing their times here in qualifying. Alonso is currently the slowest driver here in qualifying right now. It's going to be interesting to see if he can advance his time in the number 28 machine. I don't think he's gotten a full lap with a draft quite yet. Other guys in the chase in the back of the field. I think one other guy I was looking for... Actually, you know what? That might be it. I think that is it. Alonso has not done well in qualifying as of late. One guy who just did well in qualifying, Christopher Alfveby. How about this? Uncharted driver just went to the top of the board here in the NOFSRL 500. Now Shane Lake, Nathan Baird moved down a position. That puts Nathan Baird in the inside lane to start tomorrow, if it stays that way. That's pretty big towards the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Alfveby could potentially be one of those big-name spoilers in the playoffs.
We're going to have to see if he can become the second uncharted driver to win a race in 3 weeks. 2 weeks ago at Boston, Carter Friesen went to victory lane. Alfveby looking to do the same. Alfveby started on the pole for the Turkey Hill Series race yesterday. He's looking to start on the pole for the NOFSRL 500 as well, so doing pretty good in qualifying. Number 71 there for Titan Fury Motorsports. You know, if Alfveby were to win tomorrow, that would be Igor Barretto's first win as an owner this season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Titan Fury Motorsports, the two-time owner champion in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, has yet to even win a race this season. This is going to be the 26th race of the season here for these guys. And Titan Fury has a big goose egg in the win column of the owner's title. And definitely not what we're used to seeing out of those guys, no doubt about it, but we're going to have to see if Alfveby, of all people, can be the one who pulls through for those guys. John Arndt is 5th, great run for him. Then you got Nathan Faden, Keegan Thompson, LJ Semedo, Fisher G, Iquan Haslam, Daniel McMillan 11th, 35 of Thomas Troxel, the number 6 of Ethan Lewis, great run for him, had a good outing at Rocky Motor Speedway for his first ever Chick-fil-A Cup Series start. Dale Lightning, Tristan Allen, the top 15. Sam Oskin has fallen back a little bit, 21st right now for that driver there. Turner is still right behind him in 22nd. Whitlock is 24th. Alexander Rowe 26th. Mark Davidson, 28th. The number 3 of Saddles Orta is 35th. Alonso only moved up to 36th. And then the last chase, I think those are it for the chase drivers. I should mark it a little bit better when I'm going through them. But looks like Christopher Alfveby might win the pole here for the NOFSRL 500. What are your chances of giving him in winning tomorrow's big race?
When you start from the pole, that means you got one of the faster cars here in the field. So I'd probably say for Alfveby, his chances are high. But remember, he's gonna when you race here in Michigan, a lot of the things you're gonna have to rely on, the drafting, your aerodynamics are gonna be key. When you get slipstreams, you'll get passed for the lead, and you'll have to and to get back up there. You'll definitely need to rely on the draft with how fast these cars are going.
And we'll just have to see if Alfveby can hold these guys off. He's going to have 3 hungry chase drivers right behind him, including the points leader, Nathan Baird, who's looking to start in the 3rd position here for the NOFSRL 500. Cameron Garlington, who won here in the first ever race that we had at Michigan, I do believe. Maybe wrong about that. It might have been Season 3, which actually, led him to winning the championship back in Season number 3. Garlington just went to 6th there for American Motorsports. A great run there for the number 34 team. Outside of that, we haven't seen any changes at the top 10. It looks like Christopher Alfveby going to be your pole sitter here for the NOFSRL 500 at Michigan. He is going to sweep the pole positions in the Turkey Hill Series and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series this weekend. That is impressive. We'll
Has
have
that
to see
ever
if he gets the
happened?
race victory.
Have you ever?
I don't think it's ever happened. I'm pretty sure it hasn't happened before. And you got to think, too, the guy who starts on the pole for the Turkey Hill Series race, they have to have the hot seat for one thing, and then they have to qualify their way in, and then they have to go and win the pole. So Alfveby did all that. Odds of that happening aren't too great, but he was able to get it done. But one thing I'm failing to mention, he didn't win yesterday in the Turkey Hill Series. We'll have to see if he maybe changes that up tomorrow in the NOFSRL 500. I don't believe an uncharted driver. I'm actually wrong with that. First ever NOFSRL 500, which it wasn't really the same thing. It was back when we had it at Spartan. John Arndt was an uncharted driver in Season 3 and won this race. So John Arndt has technically won this race before, but it wasn't at Michigan. So a little bit of an interesting scenario right there. Bradley Ream and John Arndt actually tied, teammates tying right there, but they stay in their respective positions because Bradley Ream is in the chase and John Arndt is not. Take a look and see if we got any other ties throughout the field. And realistically, even though it is difficult to work from the back to the front in a short period of time, it's a 50-lap race tomorrow, and realistically, any of these guys could go to victory lane in tomorrow's race.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a fun one. You don't want to miss this tomorrow. If you do miss it, unless you're me because I probably have work. I can't remember the date as we are recording this, but it will be a good one, guarantee that.
It definitely will be, and we got a lot of great Michigan races coming up on the NOFSRL, including New Era Cup Series coming up later tonight on Marty's channel. Hope you guys check it out. Using the same version, it should be a great race there over on his end. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Christopher Alfveby, your pole sitter here for the NOFSRL 500 at Michigan. Forgot to take the ticker away there. I'm sorry about that. But either way, should be a fun one for tomorrow's 50-lap race here from the Michigan International Speedway. Thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Christopher Alfveby, and I will see you guys later.